Hello and welcome to this week's edition of NCBA's Cattleman to Cattleman. I'm Kevin Ochsner. Thanks for joining us. We're featuring stories from Merck Animal Health and how their products and practices can help your operation be both successful and profitable. Let's take a look. Respiratory disease is a significant animal health issue among cattle. In fact, it costs producers an average of $15 per calf per year. Not to mention the negative impact these diseases can have on the animal's long-term growth. We head to the mountains of Western Wyoming to learn what one ranching operation is doing to prevent this health concern. Cattleman to Cattleman reporter Brian Baxter has this story.
I've always enjoyed the livestock. The horses, the cattle, and if you enjoy what you're doing, it makes it easier to get up and go to work. That's for sure.
Guy Notwell, manager of Silver Spur Ranch headquarters, has worked cattle in the mountains near Encampment, Wyoming, nearly his entire life.
I come out in high school and helped him brand and build fence, and then I left for a couple years, came back and was the cowman at headquarters for a while. They bought this place in '84. I came down here to run it, and I've been here ever since.
Not only is the ranch home to some beautiful scenery, it also has quite a history.
There is a lot of heritage here at Silver Spur in the Encampment Valley. One of the interesting facts about Silver Spur is that we have one of the oldest Charolais herds in the U.S. It started in the 1950s, and some of the original Charolais that came into the U.S. actually were brought in here to Silver Spur.
Today, Silver Spur Ranch has locations in New Mexico, Colorado, and Wyoming, and with 15,000 animals, they're ranked the 8th largest cow-calf operation in the U.S. But at over 7,000 feet above sea level, this ranch faces some tough challenges.
It takes a special person to live here because the winters are tough. I think it's a dedication that you have to love the land, you have to love the challenges of winter.
It's not unusual to get 20, 30 below. I think that's probably as tough as conditions as there is. And it's a long winter, 5-6 months.
The harsh winters can quickly wear down the herd's immune system and make them much more susceptible to respiratory diseases. That's where a good vaccination program comes into play.
A producer's vaccination program is important for prevention of disease. And it goes back to the old adage that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, and it really relates to cattle disease and particularly respiratory disease. When cattle have respiratory disease, those cattle are compromised, and their production ability for the remainder of their life is compromised, and they don't perform as well.
I look for a vaccine that produces strong immunities, for one that does not stress the animal more than necessary, and I believe Vista does that very well. I recommend Vista to everyone I call on.
Jim Martin, owner of Colorado Animal Health, has been working with Guy for over 10 years on his herd health protocols, and he sees firsthand the benefits a strong respiratory vaccination program can have for the entire operation.
We have been using the Vista for several years, and we have seen an improvement in the number of calves that come back out of the forest. We've seen a decrease in the number of calves they have to treat.
We had some problems with sick calves all summer, and since we've been giving it at Brandon, we've helped that a lot, so we've been pretty happy with that program. I wouldn't want to try to run cows without using it.
I tell producers and veterinarians that the primary thing I'm looking for in a respiratory vaccine is to be able to give it to calves and not see a stress response from that vaccine, and yet still have good efficacy.
In addition to protecting his herd from respiratory disease, Guy also likes the convenience of the Vista product.
I can vaccinate the calves with 2 shots, one the Vista and the other the 7-way. Otherwise, you'd have to give them 3. So yeah, it's, you know, when you brand 2,700 head of calves, it saves you quite a bit of time.
It's very convenient. You only have one shot to give instead of two. It is the only vaccine where you can give one shot and get both types of Pastorella, the IBR, both types of BVD, the BRSV, PI3, and above all, it's been developed with the newest technology that there is.
Welcome back. Let's return to reporter Brian Baxter, who's learning more about the benefits of a good calf respiratory vaccination program.
A vaccination program is just one piece of the puzzle in order to prevent a respiratory disease outbreak. A strong nutrition program is also important.
Well, I think for us it pretty much begins with the hay production. We put up mainly grass hay, some alfalfa. This grass hay in all this Rocky Mountain region is probably the best grass hay in the country. We winter our cows 22 to 30 pounds of hay a day from probably the 1st December to end of May. That's what makes you or breaks you nutritionally in this country is the winter months. Cattle in general that are in good shape will have a better response from the vaccine that you do give them.
It's no secret that cows in good shape will produce high-quality colostrum when they calve. This helps further enhance the calf's immunity and in turn decreases their risk of contracting a respiratory disease.
The immune function is maximized if calves receive adequate, good quality colostrum. And of course, leading up to that, you have to have adequate and good quality nutrition in the cow herd itself. And the calf then is protected to some degree, and for some time after consuming that colostrum, then if you come in with a good modified live, you stimulate CMI, cell-mediated immunity, that acts in spite of the maternal antibodies. So now you have not only the antibodies carrying over from the cow's colostrum, but you have the cell-mediated immune response to these different viruses.
I think the key is to have a good all-around program. I think you need to do it all. Good vaccination program, good mineral program, good nutritional program. I think that's what it takes.
Despite the best vaccination and nutrition programs, calves can still pick up viruses and contract respiratory diseases. This is why observing the animals routinely is vital to the health and success of the entire herd.
The signs, they're easy to spot. You know, a lot of calves will have an ear down. These calves on these cows, they'll go off feed just like they will in the feedlot. We try to get to them as fast as we can. Early detection and early treatments, you'll get the best responsive.
The cost of a respiratory outbreak, it's difficult to really put a final figure on it. Number one, every calf that gets sick will never catch up to those 10 days that it was sick. You will spend $20, $25 treating the calf, plus time. That calf will go to the feedlot. He'll be 10 pounds lighter.
Dr. Burdett suggests producers work with their veterinarians and use diagnostic testing to gain a better understanding of disease outbreaks or unexplained sickness in the herd.
As far as diagnostics go, the veterinarians can be integrally involved with that as they take diagnostic samples or teach the producers on these remote ranches, for example, to do that. And so veterinarians should be an integral part of the program at all times. There's many things that can be done ahead of when problems occur, and we can look down the road into the future with specific herds and try to prevent some of those things from occurring.
Talk to your vet, talk to other producers. You don't have to figure it all out on your own. There's people that'll help you. And I talk to them every chance I get.
Even with a lifetime of experience, Guy's goal continues to be raising healthy cattle that excel at every stage of production.
Well, if we do our job, sending these calves out of here healthy, once they hit the feedlot, it makes everybody's job easier and the cattle will perform better. If we haven't done a good job on this end, it's pretty tough to make that up somewhere.
Reporting from Silver Spur Ranch in Encampment, Wyoming, I'm Brian Baxter for NCBA's Cattleman to Cattleman.
Now, to learn more about the Vista vaccine or other products from Merck Animal Health, visit our website at cattlemanatcattleman.org. And for a behind-the-scenes look at some still photos of Silver Spur Ranch, visit beefusa.org. We'll be right back.